So I'm 19 years old now, and I have dealt with procrastination for the last 10 years, 12 years, as long as I can remember. My entire school life, I wanted to be productive. It wasn't even like I was the one who disliked studying. I loved the sort of idea of working. And chances are you're like me. You're like, I want to work. This is fun, but I just can't. It's the one thing that is called procrastination that is killing this sort of killer inside of me. The killer version of me that does not procrastinate is focused and gets the work done. And due to his work or her work, he is able to accomplish great deals of achievements. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how I personally solved the problem of procrastination. And I'm also going to explain what exactly is procrastination and how does your brain work in a sort of a bro science way, right? I'm not a scientist, so you gotta trust me. But I'm gonna tell you exactly how I solved it. There's a concept called brain points. Brain points is sort of an energy system in your brain, right? Everything you do, everything you think about, every action requires energy from your brain. So we represent energy that is getting used for these activities as brain points. So brain points should be the energy metric that we are going to use in this video today. So you wake up with a certain amount of brain points, right? But let's look at what is going on with your life right now. And if you relate with this, I promise you by the end of the video, this procrastination problem will be solved. You wake up, you do your morning routine, you do your runs, or you go to the gym, or you go on a walk. You get your coffee, you get some water, you maybe take a shower, you do some meditation, you do some journaling, and after like 1 hour long of morning routine or a few hour long, sort of you might be commuting to work, you might be driving a car, or you might be walking to work, you might be using the transportation. All of these things, right, before work, that comes before work, all of these things. And then you sit down to do the actual work. Now, here's the problem. You sit down, you start the timer, and the main task that required so much energy from you, and that is the main task, that is the main sort of focus of the day, that is the task that is going to achieve you the 80% of the results. 80-20 principle. The top 20% of the things gives 80% of the results, and that's the 20% thing I'm talking about, the hard daunting task. And you got to do it, but you're procrastinating. You're like, hey, let's just check some emails, so let's just do something small that isn't that scary first, and then we'll look after that extremely difficult piece of work later on in the afternoon or at the end of the day. And we all know we procrastinate on the task and we never do it. Or you are stuck at a place where you are literally doing no work and you're just procrastinating on everything, your chores, cleaning your room, to your work. Understanding the concept of brain points can get rid of this procrastination problem. And this is the principle that is used by many billionaires and millionaires and ultra high performers across the world. Understanding this concept will save years of your life, will save years of pain and suffering and regret from not doing the work and procrastinating on it until it's too late. One of the biggest regret people have at the end of their life is them not doing the main work, that fulfilling work, and not taking action on that and procrastinating. Let's solve the problem of procrastination. From now onwards, I want this concept to be literally printed on your brain, and I want you to think about it at all times. Brain points. This should be on top of your mind every single day, and you should sort of look forward to optimize this part of your life at the best level possible. High elites and the people who are top performers have done this in a certain way we cannot even fathom right now. I cannot even fathom. I got to get to that level, but I'm at a pretty decent level right now, so I can teach you this stuff. Every day you wake up with a certain set percentage, not percentage, but certain level of brain points. And that level depends on certain things that I'll talk about. And at the end of the video, I'll also talk about how you can increase your brain points so you can do much harder, difficult work and add different things to your day. Let's say you wake up at 7 a.m. with 180 brain points, 180 BP, let's call it BP, right? You wake up, you wake up to an alarm. You didn't wake up naturally. So you lost 5 brain points. You thought of what you want to do next because you don't have a schedule, you don't have a morning routine. So you're thinking about what you want to do next. You lost 3 to 5 brain points. You get out of bed, then you do your morning routine, wash your face, you brush your teeth, you maybe decide what you want to eat, what you want to wear. You lost all in all 30 brain points. If you're very down bad, then you might be scrolling on your phone and going on social media. So you lost immediately 30 brain points. Then you probably go to the gym or you go on a run, go on a walk, or do anything extra in your morning routine. Go journal, right? Read a book. These things take away, let's say, 15 to 20 brain points away from you. And then you start your work. Right now, you probably lost 80 to 90 brain points during your main peak hours of the day, your morning. So now you have 80 to 90 brain points remaining. The main work task that you wanted to do that was so fulfilling and hard, and the main thing of your workday, the highlight of your workday, that task requires 140 brain points. So now you have 80 brain points. What do? You're like, that's so daunting and that's so scary that I'll do something that requires less brain points for now. And I'll do that task that requires so much amount of energy later on in the day when I have more energy left, which is not the case. So now you check your emails, you do easier tasks, you are like task switching when things get hard, all sorts of stuff. So now you're doing the easy task. You are checking your emails and doing everything that is much easier and less effective and does not play a huge role in your work world. And you are doing all sorts of bad habits such as task switching, and you're switching from one task to another when things get hard in that particular task. And these sort of things happen because of brain points. You lack BP. That's why these things are happening. You must have heard of the quote that has been used by a lot of people: a death by 1,000 cuts. Keep this in mind. Everything you do requires some level of energy. The reason why millionaires and billionaires wear normal clothes and the same color of clothes as Steve Jobs or other people wore is because they don't want to spend so much energy on pointless things, right? They don't want to spend energy on what they want to eat. They don't want to spend energy on what they want to wear. So that's what you have to do now. How do you solve it? How do you solve the problem of procrastination? Well, simply, you got to understand the concept of brain points and then you allocate and use your brain points in a specific way that helps you to do the task that you actually want to do, the hard, daunting task that will bring so much result in your work life. So, firstly, we got to subtract a few things. We got to subtract if you are optimizing for work and business and you want to be more productive, then trust me on this. You have to subtract everything you do in the morning, everything. You wake up. This is what high performers do. They don't have a CEO morning routine. All they do is get out of bed and work. This is what I did. Literally, right now, it's not even 4 a.m. It's not even 4 a.m. and my bed isn't even made yet. I haven't even brushed my teeth and I'm literally recording right now. I'm doing the most important task first thing in the morning. And the reason why I'm able to do this, and I'm not procrastinating on this task, which is reading the script, understanding what I want to say, constructing pointers in my brain, and doing this hard, daunting task in my own work life first thing in the morning. The reason why I'm not sort of procrastinating on this is because I'm doing it first thing in the morning and I have so much energy left. Even when I'm sick, I can record a video because I have that optimum level of energy left in me so I can do simple tasks first thing in the morning. I don't have a morning routine. I don't go out on a walk. It's literally nothing is out there. It's empty, it's peaceful, it's quiet. And the reason why I'm able to sort of record, and even when I was in school, the first thing I would do after waking up is getting some water, drinking some water, and getting straight to work. Today I haven't even drank some water, so my voice is a bit messy. So once you have subtracted all of your morning routine habits, if it's like way worse, like scrolling on TikTok or Instagram Reels, or just going on your phone to turn off the alarm, or just having random thoughts, music, anything, I think you gotta subtract it, and you should subtract it. If you're optimizing for business, working, and productivity. Now, that also includes you having a to do list the day beforehand. So, you got to prepare in advance and plan your day in advance for what you're going to do in that particular day. 6:30 p.m. after my day is completed, I plan out my next day. I make a to-do list and I schedule it and I sort of look at it for a while. I journal what went wrong. I don't do the journaling part every day, I will be honest, but I do it when things are going wrong and I'm not feeling very well with my life lately. So that's when I journal. But that's what I do every single day, 6:30 p.m. I schedule and plan and make a to-do list of the next day I will be facing. So that's the logical side of me, the logical brain working and scheduling and planning what the future version of me should do that will get me closer to achieving my goals. So, one of the main concepts that I have done for my whole life, or for the later part of my life, when I actually stopped the problem of procrastination, is I wasn't even sort of aware of this, but I was doing the hardest task first thing in the morning. And there's a productivity technique called eat the frog. Imagine you're given a live frog that you have to eat, or else the whole world fucking dies. And you will eat it, right? You have to eat it. There's no fucking option. And you are given up with an option that, hey, either you will have your amazing, delicious dinner first thing and then you will eat the frog, or you will eat the frog first and then you will get your tasty, delicious dinner to sort of cleanse up your palate. If you're a high performer and you are like smart, you'll pick the latter option, which is you'll eat the frog first, which is the hard task, and then you'll eat your dinner, which is going to cleanse your palate up and sort of refresh your taste buds. So that's basically the productivity technique. You do the hardest task first thing in the morning. So that's the productivity technique. Do the hardest task first in the morning. No other thing, no other morning routine, no other distraction. First thing in the morning, work, and then you do your morning routine. This is what I do. After me completing the first session, I'll do my morning routine, I'll do my meditation, I'll read my goals, I'll go take a shower, I'll do all of those things. I do the self improvement habits as well. But I realized that I have to optimize for business. That means I have to do the work first thing in the morning after I have woken up. So, to conclude this video, you have to save brain points and use brain points as efficiently as you can and do the hardest task first thing in the morning. That's how you stop procrastinating. Subtract everything that is bad in your life. Add things that gives you more brain points in the long run. And this is the part of the video where I'll tell you how you can sort of increase your brain points. You see, your brain points are estimated or set by your health level and how you sleep, how you eat, what your diet is. Are you consuming any junk food? Are you eating any sugar? So these are the things that sort of decides your level of brain points. So a high performer millionaire would have 400 BP, 600 BP, right? And us, people like us, might have 200, 220. And people who are like down bad or really dealing with a lot of things at once and they're doing multitasking and they're keeping busy with different things. They have a billion different things they do in the morning. They're eating a lot of junk food. They're just not having a healthy life. They're sleeping less, they're sleep deprived, and they are going through anxiety, depression, all these bad things. These are the things that sort of decides how much brain points you are going to have. The way you increase it is simply by increasing your health level, eating well, sleeping well, right? Not eating sugar, not eating anything. If you eat breakfast in the morning, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. You're making your brain 20% stupider. Why do you want to do that? Like, eating and digesting takes away so much energy in the morning. That's why me personally, I like to work empty stomach. So I don't eat anything. I don't do anything in the morning. Work, do my morning routine, then I take my breakfast. So I wake up early specifically for this. I'll have my breakfast at 8 a.m., but the first 4 hours of my day would be me with an empty stomach. So that's basically how you increase your BP and how you optimize your BP for productivity and how you sort of use your brain points efficiently so that you can do the hardest task that you so much desire to do that will bring you so much purpose and fulfillment in your life and sort of give your life back to you and make you respect yourself more. The value I'll be giving in the future videos would be increasing, the production quality, everything would be increasing. And to do that, I'll need your help. So hopefully, if you like this sort of content, if you're enjoying this and you feel like I'm giving you some sort of value, then you can show some appreciation by liking and subscribing. I don't like to ask for this, but it's part of the job. I have to do this. And I guess it's a win win for both of us. Thank you for watching.